Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Masters 1 prelim final, which puts a place in the grand final next week. Beside me, I've got Andrew Hocking, and I'm Tyler Brown. Andrew, how are you? Good. So we've got Caboolture versus Strathpine tonight. We'll go through the team lists here. So we've got Caboolture, our captain, Stephen Shaw. With him is Brad Teskey, Paul Jagger, Dan Tedge, Jamie Brand, Nicholas Steger, Ryan Grumley, and Tim Taylor. And for the Strathpine side, captained by Andy Byrne. We've got Justin Street, Stu James, Aaron Roberts, Mark Ellis, Hendrik Van Vrooen, Ian Jander, and Chris Dixon. So we've got Strathpine batting first here, Justin Street and Andy Byrne opening the batting. Yeah, well, let's hope it is, for our sake. So you're a local here, Hocko. What do you reckon the car score is here opening the batting? Being a final, I think, like I said, let's get some runs on the board for Strathpine. Courts are a little bit bigger. I've always found whenever I play here, you're not as much in the field as you normally are at every other court. So anywhere around that 100 will be a really good hit for Strathpine. Big courts. I think I noticed last time I played here, they've changed the pitch halfway down there. It's a little bit newer. Do you find that holds up a little bit with the newer pitch, or? Yeah, so like I've noticed when I play here at Gold Coast, they use the different ball. So I think, these two teams, not being a Gold Coast team, they're not going to be used to playing with this ball that they play with the Gold Coast here. So any team at the Gold Coast have that advantage of using that ball. So, I noticed that. I played my one game here for the season. We used a different ball. It's a little bit lighter, so it's definitely a big change for both of these teams. So we've got Daniel Tedge taking on the second over of the innings. Caboolture, I think he finished in the round. So both won. I believe Wynnum knocked them off last week. Knocked off Strathpine last week. Whoever wins here tonight will be playing Wynnum. Have you felt obviously we've had a change in the second ball this season. Have you felt that made a change while you've been playing? Deliveries grab the free net. Yeah, and that's a really good start. They've taken both overs for 9 now. Got themselves to nearly 20 off the first 2 overs. Like you said, 100 is par, so if every pair can hit 25, I would feel like we're in a good spot. So I think this is their strike bowler here, Shorey. He will bowl pretty express. He's a left armer, he'll swing it into Streeter here, and he's got a big off cutter as a change up. As we see there, that was the off cutter. I know it was quick, but that was the off cutter. So I've got a second ball here. So second ball opportunity here. There's the off cutter again. And as I said, it's doing a fair bit. So Shorey is definitely one of their strike bowlers tonight. They've got Paul Jagger, again, another quick bowler. Got to get him on the front foot, dragging that a little bit. It's doing a fair bit when it gets to go. That's his off cutter, so we've got another second ball opportunity here. I think I would, cut it away from the right hander, try and get into the keeper's gloves and just take the snap slide. He's bowled a quick one, he's bowled in. Oh, bowled. It did stay a little bit low, it swung in, just clipped the top of leg stump. That's a really good ball there. I think Caboolture, they were a little bit on the back foot after the first 2 overs, so they kind of given the ball to Shorey and said, mate, we need you to take the wicket here, and he's done. Yeah, I think, look, Caboolture, they've bowled some good balls, but they just haven't followed it up and created that second ball opportunity enough. Like we were talking about before with the second ball, I've found within myself playing, it does happen more than you think with the third ball, but you've got to be creating it more often than not to create that pressure. So they feel like the batters have to score off that second ball. So Brad Teski's going to take the last over with another handy bowler. So yeah, I just feel like, yes, you're going to bring second ball opportunities along the way, but whether you're executing that second ball, like you said, he was going to bowl the same ball there and bowl the off cutter to try and beat the bat and get him into his gloves. That is a great shot. Andy Byrne seems to be seeing the ball very well at the moment. Second ball opportunity here. If he stood inside it, yeah, absolutely, I agree. That's well played from Street. It looked like he tried to bowl it a little bit further out wide. It definitely was. He bowled 2 in-swingers into the bat, and then he kind of bowled a full wide ball. Didn't quite execute it. I think it's hit the leg side field and gone into the 2 net on the offside. Last ball It's
quite, yeah, I think it's quite evenly poised, to be honest. I think as a Strathpine team, they're sitting there going, well, we've got 29 points better. They would take up every day of the week. So, yeah.
That's really good from Strathpine. Caboolture, you know, they got the one wicket there. They had a few chances. They didn't quite execute on a few of them, but they're still getting chances. So we've got Strathpine out there. They've currently got Stu and James and Aaron Roberts. And
The lines a little.
this is Paul Jagger. I think this is another one of their strike. Bowls pretty quick from us as one. We don't quite I had a little bit of a look on here to see if looks like he's getting some good shape there, Paul Jagger. As you can see there, there's a chance there. They didn't quite execute. I'd love to see him have two on the leg here if he's going to make it. He's swinging it across the right hander. He really is trying to be really tight on that leg, but they've only got one on leg side. I'd love to see him have two on leg. Like, yeah, there was a chance there on the leg side. Didn't quite execute. Him coming around the wicket, it's always swinging across the bat. You know, if he comes across and bowls over the stumps, you can have one that can stay a little bit straight and he might not swing and still attack the stumps and bring the stumps in play. Trying to change his pace there. I would have loved to have seen him bowl the quicker one full and wide there across him. Jagger is one of their strike bowlers, and you know, when I walk out there and I'm facing a strike bowler, I think let's take 4 or 5 off this over and knock them out. If you don't let their strike bowlers take a wicket, to me that's a win. So we've got Jamie Brand coming on the bowl. They didn't quite execute. It was a tough catch. Yeah, it did. It did look like that. There's a second ball chance. when you've got the ball in the hand, you really need to think, let's bowl as many dots as we can. Because now that it's second ball, creating a dot does put that little bit of pressure in the batter's mind to think, I'm on second ball. So sometimes you really want to take wickets in these moments here. You know, there's 6 overs in, you're on 43, which for Strathpine is a really good position. Caboolture need to try and create those second ball opportunities, which we've got a dot ball. So it's the end of the over. Okay, you're the skipper. We've got a second ball opportunity, throwing the ball to someone that, you know, maybe running a strike bowlers, or someone that can get it past the bat. He's given him, well done, that's a really good piece of fielding from Tim Taylor there. You can see it swung back into him, didn't it? That ball, that was the in-swinger back into the right hander. We don't revive back here, unfortunately. It'd be nice. I think it was an in-swinger. That's what I saw anyway. Yeah. I think he brought the stumps into play, which is key, right? But when you bowl it out there, you know, it's full of white squeeze off baked and bottles. I think they've got to bring the stumps into play. Trying to hit middle and leg right. You know, at this grade, Masters 1, they're all hitting those shots outside. Let's try and make them play that really good shot for leg side, create a dot, and bring that second ball to play in dot. There's a chance there again. And that's well played from Aaron. You know what? He's taken it. That's a good ball. He's just worked in the corner for one. Like being a left-hander myself, I'm the same as Brian. I'm swinging it into the legs. I always have two on that because you always swing to the right hander. You're always swinging into their legs. You want them to play that shot. And like Aaron did before, he kind of just gets a free pass. He just kicks it into the corner, and that's a really good ball. So again, we've got another second ball opportunity leading into the last over this spin. Coming back to bowl again, so he's bowling out early. Absolutely. It's just a big moment in the game here. Strathpine trying to just get through it. There's a chance. He's given him. That's a really good piece of fielding from the front court there. It's really well bowled. you see it, there's two on, again, there's two on leg. He's bowling in swingers into the leg. He's set the field up for exactly that ball that he's bowling. And the fielders have executed the play for him. So he's got another second ball opportunity. I think he sticks with it. Bowl the in swing. He's got the two fielders there. Get the ball to Teji. Yep. Oh, it's well played as well. So it's really an evenly, it's a real evenly poised contest here. 41 after 8. There's 3 balls left in the skin. Strathpine are looking for 3 something around 20s here. So we get one. It's well played by Dewey. There's nothing to do. Yeah, absolutely. But Caboolture in the same spot, right? They walk on with 2 2s here. Jesus. He's not taking it. Looked like it was out of the back of the hand, and I haven't seen that one before. Maybe on a Monday night at in-house cricket or something. I haven't seen that Super League either. That's really nice. Really hard to get it. Really wrangled that momentum back towards their way there. They've kept them to under 20. They're less than 50. They're at 44 after 8. Now, like I said, par is 100. Straps. You know what? I'm a big believer of anything above 80 in a final is very competitive. And like I said, at this level of cricket, these guys can make some really good fielding in the field. They can make things happen. 2 really experienced batters here, Mark Ellis and Chris Dixon, both going away to Australia in a few weeks' time. So, this is really the pair that Caboolture can win it again. And you know what? They're giving the ball to Paul Jagger. Another strike bowler. I'd love to see him come over to the wicket. He's got 2 on off. And we'll see him in a second. Unless Paul is trying to bowl it around that 4-foot off stump with 2 on off, hoping that maybe he can beat the bat, maybe, like you said before, grab the edge. That's a really good ball. And that's kind of what I talk about, right? Like, that's a really easy single there. He hasn't hit the ball, it's hit his leg, it's gone in the corner. They have 2 on leg there, they don't get that single. And that is the ball that Paul Jagger's trying to execute. It's on the hip there. And they've got to roll with a single there. That's a really nice shot. Which I think is a good move. Yeah, there we go. And you know what? I think that has played in Chris Dixon's mind a little bit there. They've moved 2 on leg, and he's bowled the ball a little bit outside off, and he's thinking, I've got 2 on leg there, I need to play a really good shot to beat that. And it's beaten the back. So he's got a second ball opportunity here. It's well played from Chris Dixon. I think it's only grabbed the back net, so it's only got 1. And it's been a really good over here from Paul Jagger. So only the 5 off it. Yep, got a second ball opportunity going to the next
And there's that edge that you're talking about, and there was no one field in the corner.
But that's really well bowled from Jagger. You know, he's probably unlucky there not to create a few more chances.
React.
There's only one fielder on the other side, so they need to react to that ball. There's a slight chance there with a little misfield from Jagger. I think the key there is just to get some hands up and keep it off the net. So that's well played. That's really well done. The off cutter into the hip, he's got two on leg side. Like I said, dots and ones are really good at this stage of the game. Secondary opportunity here for Caboolture. There's been quite a few in this already. It's the same ball. It's really well bowled. Now I think here as Strathpine, Dixon and Ellis really need to come and go. Let's get 20 from here. Let's get 15, 20 from here. Let's keep the score rolling over. Give them no more wickets and try and wrestle that momentum back from the last pair. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a chance there. Yeah, the leg side fielder got a touch. Went to the keeper, not quite a chance in the area. But that's a really good one. Stayed up. I personally would have given the ball to Stephen Cook. You know, they're in a position where they can really, Caboolture can really take the game away from Strathpine. But Tedgy is a really, really good option as well. So I think they're going to try and take the game away from Strathpine. It's well bowled. Put off the next one. Bit of an odd bounce off the net there. It wasn't a conventional indoor cricket shot, was it? Oh, there's a mix up there. That's a great piece of fielding. Direct hit. That's a really good piece of fielding. And like you said, that's pressure right now. You know, they've created a lot of dot ball opportunities, second ball opportunities. And they just feel like they need a rotating strike there, and there probably was a run there, but Chris Dixon sent him back because they made it pressure building on top of it, and they've got Caboolture executed on the wicket. Yeah, a little bit fuller. A little bit loose from Teddy. It's well played from Ellis. Dixon looks like he's trying to take a second run there.
fast bowler that quick to ball over here. Second ball opportunity. Up the top. Oh, he's given in. That was a really good piece of fielding. That's a really good ball. If I'm Caboolture, I'm throwing the ball to Stephen Shaw and say, let's get another wicket and just try and kill the game more. You know, Strathpine have thrown this pair out of Mark Ellis and Chris Dixon to try and get some runs. They're at 48 at the moment. One over left in the spin, and it looks like Stephen Shaw is going to bowl 12 over. And then Russia captain, Caboolture side. So, yeah, again, another one of the strike bowlers. Sure, he's going to look to just take a wicket this over. Bowling around the wicket. He didn't bowl around the wicket this first time. Loose and a little bit wide. Even that one, I think if Chris left that, probably inside. There's a chance at the top. They got it. Again, another mix-up between Mark Ellis and Dixon there. And Caboolture executed. I think we're allowed to say that. Same as Dixon and Ellis, two really strong bats. Throwing the rest of that momentum back to Caboolture. There's a chance there. Has it come off the glove? It has.
Great ball.
That's a really good ball. Wow, Caboolture. I said it, didn't I? I said give Shorey the ball. He'll change the game. But you know, I don't want to take anything away from the first 3 overs of the skin as well. They've bowled phenomenal this entire skin. I think Caboolture knew the moment of this game and they said, we need to be on the money for this skin, and they have been on the money. Call a wide one. So we've got another second ball opportunity here. Cutter, there's a chance. Oh, there was a little edge on that. Mark Ellis hit this one into the screens. That's a great over from Stephen Shaw. Move from Caboolture there. They have wrestled that momentum. And I think Caboolture in the driver's seat for this game here. Yeah, that's really well. So 43. Paco, you're walking out. What are we trying to get? Get 20, 25 on the board, try and set something up to defend. I like that thinking. Take the occasion out of the game and just hit the ball. back to that pair later and seeing how that affects the game. Looking possibly to cover right up. They've got two on the offside. It looks like he's bowled more off this over than the last, but I'd love to see him bowl left arm in swing into the hip, get to him. I'd love to see it. We've got a second ball opportunity here. This is where I think he bowled the off or bowled a nice full wide Yorker outside off. Just beat the back. Well, yeah, same ball. Created it. And there it is. Those are the ones where it looks like it's going to bowl in. And as the keeper goes, yep, that one's bowled in. And it hasn't. You're a keeper yourself, I think. They hit the stumps. Oh, that is a great piece of gear. I think he's kept that off the back net. I don't know if it's at the side. We'll find out in a second, Lee. It's a dot. He's done really well to keep that off the back net. And you know what? There's times where you're going to bowl really good balls, you're going to bowl dot balls, and you create chances, and they'll find their side nets. I think anything between 5 and 7 is a really good over as a bowler, as long as you're creating chances. Yep. So just less than 6. There's a chance there. Strathpine now, they've seen that full of ball. They've tried to hit a few runs. But yeah, they're in a position now. It's do or die now, right? Like they're playing for a spot in the grand final next week. They've got 47 runs on the board. If they see that one forward, they're going to go for it. I think they need to try and put the bad balls away. It's hit the back there. You must have a calmer head than me, because I'm in panic stations right now. So. This is Masters 1. These teams are capable of defending scores of 50 plus and 50, 60, 70. They're all capable of defending that. So yeah, as I said, we've got 2 overs left. 9:56. I think Nick Stegger's got another over left in team table. So Nick Stegger will be the last. Again, 2 handy bowlers, so it's not going to be easy to score runs. 10 in the next 2 overs, 10 each. That gets them to 76, 75. You back yourself. You back yourself. 65 in a prelim one. We've had a few people walk in front of us as well. We've got a pretty good view, I think. We definitely got a good view. Exactly now when we've got a few people sitting in front of us. You Muppets. And that's a great shot. That is a really nice shot. That's my favourite shot. The one off the legs. I love to see that. It's my favourite shot. Yeah? I can't play it all the time, but I tell you what, when I hit one, it feels awesome. There's a chance there. Miss out. Brings the score back to 56. Maybe the non-striker backing up a little bit too far. They're trying to chase some runs. It's a really good shot. It's well kept off the net. So, Caboolture, they're 1 over left. They're looking, just kind of consolidate, take a wicket, keep the score as low as possible. Anything under 65 they feel is a chase for the total. Strathpine, they may feel anything under 60, anything over 65, 70 might be the fair total. Yep, so we're sitting in the box seat. Well, for us, I hope you're right. Through for 2. Reckon? Okay. I was going to say, there's not too many people that I thought would get that. I play with the likes of Matt Wallace and Rob Fitzgerald, and I don't think they would have taken that catch. Yeah, right, okay. So should we give him the pink hat? Is that a sit-up? The drop catch? Pink catch. You can't see that, so we don't know. It's close on. Well, all keepers always think it's out. I'm surprised you don't think that's out. The keepers think it's always out. Ball, and you see the Strathpine. That's really bad. So, Caboolture, 70 to win. Well and truly, game on. look, if I'm Strathpine, I'm trying to close out as early as possible. I'm trying to kill the first bit. Exactly. And we didn't see it from Caboolture. Strathpine, they've got, that I know, 2 spinners. They've got Mark Ellis, Chris Dixon. That change of pace, Caboolture didn't do that. So, change of pace, they might use that. But I think the key here for Strathpine is they've got to walk out there and think, we can defend 60 minutes. So it's game on. I think I'm putting bets on it in the close game. Yep, absolutely. I could be wrong, but from what I know, Super Over it goes to the team that is high on the radar, which would be, I believe it would be so. But like I said, close game's a good game for us. Close game's a good game for those at home. So we've got Hendrick taking the first and we've got Nick Steger and Tente taking the That is a great shot to start. It's rising up to a lead again. We'll talk about that quite a bit tonight. Change of pace off the dots. Chance there for the keeper. Take my down inside and rip it to the top. Too short and wide. At this level, you can't bowl. It's too easy for those. Caboolture done well. They're taking over for first over. As Ian will take the second over. short. He nearly hit himself on the toes. I hope he's got some steel cap boots on. Yeah, way too short. He's hit that. There's been plenty of second ball opportunities so far. But Strathpine just need to execute.
Yeah, but this,
There it is for the keeper. That's really good. That's one for you, Helco, for the keepers at home. You love those ones. Just outside off, take them, take the stumps. Definitely got a little bit of bat on it. Oh. It looks good from here. Which, again, creates another second ball. I'd love to throw the ball to one of the spinners here. And that should be the captain, Rocco. Here comes Mark Ellis, a spinner. And he's about to go away for Australia. We create a second ball opportunity to the left-hander. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it early. Left-hander is going to bowl the wrong end. Hopefully lands it well. Gets past the keeper. I think that's what he's going to throw him. It's not a cricket ball. Look like a cricket ball as well. But I like this move. Change the pace. Got two on leg to the right. Touch, which has found the net for two. I think he's bowling it a little bit quicker. I could be wrong, but yeah, it looks like it's a little bit quicker than a normal leggy. With the same pace. I'd love to see him just, especially to the right hand here, I'd love to see him slow it down a little bit, try and get one to turn past the bat. Yeah, get it in the air, turn one past the bat. That's the wrong end. Which creates a dot. So we've got a second ball opportunity. I think ripping the leg spinner, get it past the bat, toss it up there. There it is. It's a little bit slower. That's a really good ball. Steggy's got a little bit of a piece on it, just enough to get down the road. I'm a big believer of don't leave any bullets in the gun. You know, I would, chase the defending 69. Let's just keep throwing our key bowlers at them. Yeah, pretty much. I would be bowling strike bowler after strike bowler in this situation. Shuey James is not a bad option here. He's plenty of experience playing in finals. And that's really well bowled with a chance there. Scamp it through for a two. find this pair, absolutely. That's a really good ball. Got a leg cutter, go the back of the hand. Through this ball. Get through this ball. And that's well done. We're taking 24 off the first pair. So, and like I said, so they're going to throw Stephen Shaw. He's going to fly him out. So, Shaw is another one of their really solid bats. And he's played at that really high level as well, plays 45 for Queensland, so another strong pair here for Caboolture. And then throw the ball to Andy Byrne. Like I said, I'm a big believer, don't leave any ammunition in the tank. Let's take wickets now, and we'll deal with it in 4 overs and see where we're at. That's a great shot. Hasn't been in that. It's a really good piece of work. But it's a really good shot. So it's just probably off and using it as well. Yeah, I agree with you there, Hopper. I think this pair gets 20-25. It just sets the limit. It's that scoreboard pressure. They want to see their total not nearing their 7 goals. They want to see it nice and low for a lot of the time, which is a great shot there for 2. It's giving them enough time to hit that one into the springs. That's a really good piece of bowling there. Really good gloves from Street. Which just created a chance there for him. It's the same there. Which has created another dot ball opportunity. Again, I'm probably, you know what? I'm going to throw this to Chris Dixon. Doesn't look he's going to take the ball. But Chris Dixon's another leg spinner going to pass the bat. kept Strathpine to less than 7. They're the ones that need to hit the runners up. So Strathpine, their goal is to bowl dots and wickets. So we've created a second ball opportunity. For both teams, it's about taking the game as deep as possible. You know, Caboolture are thinking, let's get runs on the board, let's take it as deep as possible without doing anything silly. And Strathpine is thinking the same. How can we take wickets to get to that last 4 overs where they need to finish wickets? Brings up another second ball opportunity. I always hope when I bowl full tosses that I get wickets. And that is about the 4th or 5th over when I start with the second ball opportunity. So it puts a lot of pressure on that batter. And it's now standing at 9 strikes and it's going to be the other one and face the second ball. We're going to throw the ball to, it looks like Chris Dixon, so I like this, leg spinner, get it past the bat. And I hope Dixon tosses this one up here to the right-hander, spins on the past him. I think Ellis is a little bit flat. I'd like to lob it up and allow it to turn and get past the bat. So we've got a second ball opportunity. As a leg spin bowler, you want to get the batter on the front foot. You want to get them trying to reach out towards it. Oh, and sure he is pumped up. Oh, because you've got someone standing in front of you. Chance to be caught. He's good. A little bit quicker in the floor. It's almost up on the lead still. Second ball opportunity here. I'd love to see one. Toss it up there. Get it past the batter. And there it is. That's really good gloves from Streeter. That's really well bowled from Dixon. He's tossed one up there, spun it past the batter, and executed the wicket there. That's a really good two deliveries there that he overpitched that went to the back there. But he bowled 4 really good deliveries there, which is taking a couple of wickets, he's kept him back. You know what? Caboolture are going into this last spin of the over. They're on 28. They're not halfway yet. 35's halfway. So they're not even halfway yet. So Strathpine definitely think they're well within the game. Have you been hit in the face before?
Yes.
Off the bat? Get me in the corner or get me behind the halfway line so I can get as far away from the squeaky zone as I can. Make it across there. Looks like everyone's all good. Or is that okay? Passing is Hayden. What they do in the NRL, they're taking off for a HIA. Sure he's staying there. Hasn't affected him too much. Maybe he's not quite ready yet. That is the famous indoor cricket, the up down. The up down, they call that. Yes, exactly. That's a really good shot. Which just pushes Caboolture over that halfway mark now. This is going to finish this one. So who's that lead last for Caboolture? That'll lead.
That is a good question.
Teji hasn't come out yet. Which is a really good number, to be fair. Anything above 30? They could chase 60 with those two. do you know, you're halfway here. Do you talk about being a as that's a really good ball. Do you leave a little bit of ammunition for the back end, or do you try and keep the game running? I like to think as we had a second ball opportunity straight away.
Same ball, I think. Feet back, same ball. As he does.
Oh, kicker. That's a
cracker.
That is a cracking.
Got a little bit of downswing, didn't it? As a left-hander, I'm probably running that in the two.
That's really quick. When you start talking about having your quick feet, what have you ever seen market on that one? If you think in the right spot,
It's a really good start. And I've got to say, I've seen it more happen in this game than any other game. The Masters one players, they're getting on their guts. They're diving. They're trying to get in the crease. Does that happen in the 50s? They're getting on their guts and diving. What about the 55? 50, 55? Oh, there's another one.
yeah, 50s and 55 thing in the field.
Just from what we've seen this last one, Caboolture, they struggled a little bit with that outside on floor. So if I'm Strathpine, I'm thinking, who can bowl that ball, swings it away from him to create that second ball opportunity, create a wicket? Who can bowl that ball? That's the thing. And I think they've done it exactly right. But Hendrick is almost like a little bit. He was a little bit quicker, swinging the ball away. He's actually going to come around the wicket.
Good by Steele getting in from that 3-1 really quick.
Comes back over to the left hand, the 2 on the left hand.
This is interesting.
It looks like he's going off cutters more than anything. I'd love for him to stay over the wicket here and just bowl that full out swinger away from Jagger, the one that he's been struggling on. A little bit too short. Back there for 7.
And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, look, this over's been a massive momentum for me.
That's a good field captain.
I did, didn't I? Maybe that's why I'm not captain and I'm sitting behind the microphone.
is his first over. He's bowled. It still leaves the two spinners to pick up that last pot as well. So, with 2 overs played, chasing 22. Too wide. See, I would love him to come over the wicket here. He's spinning away from the right hand. Have 2 on that. Away from the left-hander side, and try and get him to edge one into the corner. That's way too forward. And he is absolutely smashed that to the back end. And like I said, yeah, the last 14 balls for Caboolture have been a massive momentum changer. 2 balls fell to the back. So we've got a second ball opportunity here. I think Strathpine need to throw the ball to one of their strike holders. Leaks for the junior team mark. Ellis is going to bowl the ball. So he's one of the spinners. Second ball opportunity here. Right hand on the fly. Toss it up, get one to spin. You know what I do too? Just had to pick that cleanly.
Yeah, so just getting the right one to the back.
Yeah, look, get a bit of battle in it, get it into the corner. We've got a second ball opportunity. Found the 3 net. It's not exactly where he wanted to hit it. Brings the scores level. So 25 balls left in the game. And Strathpine now need
That's the ball. It's dropped. At this stage of the game, obviously, the kicks off and they needed to find a hit. And you know what? Like that pair there, they've gone and hit 34. I don't think they've had too much risk in that hit. They've hit 2 or 3 bad balls to the back net, and they've scrambled really well. They haven't given away their wicket, haven't gotten out, which has set Caboolture up here. Now, Brad Teskey and Daniel Ted, if you're a betting man, it's paying $1.01 for Strathpine right now to bring this back because these two should bring it home. There's a reason it's $1.01. There's always a chance. And there's 24 balls left. Caboolture, sorry. $1.01 Strathpine. I'll put a couple $100 on Caboolture. This is smart. 2 ticks in the ball early. You've got to take wickets now. Feel he's bowling a little bit too quick. I'd love to see him, you know, he took one his last over, he lobbed it up a little bit, slowed down, got one past the back. Just he's bowling a little bit too quick.
Reds on it, but it's drifting away as well.
So Caboolture now in that position where they're looking at the scoreboard and they're just going, how can we get every 5 balls in front? And let's get 5 in front, let's get 10 in front. You know, they're 5 in front. So the next goal is to no wickets, let's get them. Second ball opportunity here. Really need to be tightening the hit there. I think we've got another second ball opportunity Caboolture just kind of absorbing those moments. They're popping the ball, they're dotting up. They're making the second ball, they're making the ball. They're now 2 wickets in front of the game. Yeah, Strathpine are chasing the game. They need to do something miraculous to bring this back.
that third pair was a key role in chasing that. They hit 34 there. They put a few back net shots. They didn't do it easily, right? They were in moments, pressure moments there. They got through this. Leave Caboolture playing winning in next week's at Strathpine. So Hawks would do a little bit. I'd like to see the range stumps in the thinking about next week. Strathpine are just trying to get through this game, so we'll take it. Nothing shot really, and he looks at it and he goes, oh well, it doesn't matter, let's move on to the next one. I think in this game, overlook that third pair has to be improved. You know, the third pair for really set the game up, and the third pair for Strathpine, I thought was one of the strongest, and Caboolture bounced. They took their opportunities and they killed that pair, which was really good. So, you know what they say the third pair is the